No cameraman today, it's just me. Before I get started showing the vinyl, I wanted to show you a drawing I did in honor of a great musician, that songwriter, singer that we've lost recently, Tom Petty. Rest in peace, my friend. I hope I did him some justice with that drawing. And let's move on to some vinyl. This For Every Man. This is Jackson Browne, and it contains the song Take It Easy, which was co-written with the Eagles, and that constituted, I believe, their first hit. It's a good album. Jackson Browne is an incredible singer. He's got a really smooth voice, and he sings with a lot of emotional volatility. And I enjoy this record, but even more than this, is one of my favorite records of all time. It always ranks highly with critics and fans alike, and this is Jackson Browne's Late for the Sky. A lot of emotional pieces here. There's 8 songs on the album, so he takes his time in telling a story. There's a documentary that came out not too long ago about the Eagles called History of the Eagles, and I believe one of them or some of them lived next door. I hope I'm right about this, to Jackson Browne. And they said all you could hear was the teapot boiling and whistling, and then the whistling would stop, and then you could hear Jackson Browne banging away on his piano until the teapot boiled again, and then it would stop and he would go back to banging away. And wouldn't you have loved to have lived in a duplex next to Jackson Browne? I mean, you know, the beautiful music that he has given us throughout the years is just, you know, something I'm thankful for. By the way, there was years back, there was a stage production of The Wizard of Oz, and Jewel played Dorothy. Roger Daltrey of The Who played the Tin Man. Nathan Lane played the Cowardly Lion, and Jackson Browne was the Scarecrow. Deborah Winger was in it. She played the Wicked Witch. Natalie Cole played the Good Witch, and it wasn't bad. It wasn't a bad production, and it was called Wizard of Oz: Dreams Come True. It has not been released on DVD, but if any of you out there who are responsible for this are listening to me, watching me, release that. I like to see that again. I think it's only available on VHS. I'll move quickly through these. This is the Spooky Tooths, The Last Puff. Gary Wright, I think, plays keyboards, but he doesn't sing on this, but I think it's Mike Harrison. And as with this one, this is a very unusual record. It's called Ceremony. And I think the lead singer is Pierce Henry. I've listened to this several times, and it's quite different. I'm not sure what year these came out. I think in the 70s. Okay, let's move on to one of my favorite bands. This is Queen. This is jazz. Now, this has Bicycle Race and Fat Bottom Girls on it. This also contains that poster that we always hid from our mommies and daddies of the nude bicycle race with all the young ladies getting ready to ride their bikes. If you ever buy this at a used record store, it's only $4 or $5. No poster. If you go to a used record store and it's $15, $16, poster. And I have to admit that looking at the poster and listening to the album is just a hand-in-hand thing. They just go together so well. But my favorite Queen album is this one here, News of the World. This is insanely good. It opens up with We Will Rock You and We Are the Champions. Now, let me say something interesting about that. On the radio, they can play We Are the Champions without We Will Rock You first. But you, as a DJ, you cannot play We Will Rock You without it following We Are the Champions. It just does not work. To give you an example of this, years back I was driving home from work and they played We Will Rock You and it was segued by Boston's More Than a Feeling. It just did not work. Try this at home. Play We Will Rock You, then play some random song after that. If you can come across a good combination, let me know, because I don't think it exists. And of course, Dance Races. I think Killer, let's see, Somebody to Love is on this one. For you young whippersnappers out there, Dance Races and A Night at the Opera, which are both Queen albums, are Marx Brothers movies. So if you can put aside Pineapple Express or There's Something About Mary and check out some Marx Brothers movies, you'll be very pleased by how fun they are. So obviously somebody in the group here is a fan of the Marx Brothers, but this is a really good record. And it's hard to find Queen albums. I think this came out in '77. This is Sheer Heart Attack, and this has Killer Queen on it, or Queen Killer. Another really good song. I don't listen to this one as much as I do the rest of them, but you know, Queen is great. Freddie Mercury just had the most remarkable vocals. Oh, right. I said before that I have all Rush albums except for Caress of Steel. The other day I was digging around in my collection. I came across archives, and I thought, oh, a Greatest Hits album. Contraire Pierre. This is actually a compilation of the first 3 albums, which is Rush, Fly By Night, and Caress of Steel. So I have Caress of Steel after all. All 3 of these records are really good. And, you know, Rush is one of those groups that's really never had a personnel change throughout all the years. Alex, Neil, and Geddy have formed a brotherhood and created some of the most wonderful music I've ever heard. If you're a vinyl collector, you got to get Rush in your collection. I don't care if the copy's beat up. Whatever. Okay. Last album I have to show you. And I showed this before, but I forgot to bring out something. Or maybe I did. I'm not sure. But this is the Misfits, of course, Zombie Girl and Vampire Girl. But what I failed to mention is that it comes out in this beautiful key lime pie colored vinyl. You know, colored vinyl is so common nowadays that pretty soon we're going to make statements like, wow, this album is on black vinyl. This must be a rarity. But I love colored vinyl, and if you are a fan of colored vinyl, check out some of Bjork's work. Just amazing stuff. Okay, that's it. I promised it would be short and sweet. Please comment, like, yeah, you know. Okay, thanks a lot, and I'll see you next time. Bye.